Hey, Travis, after all your players and their families and your staff and the organization have gone through over the last few weeks, what does this win mean to you guys tonight?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just your regular win during the regular season. Yeah, it's a special win. We've gone through a lot here with our group over the last few weeks. It was a hard game. You're playing a really good hockey team on the other side, and proud of our group with how we stuck with it and won tonight.
You had a lot of individual performances that I could ask you about, but Tyler Myers played over 30 minutes in this game tonight. Obviously, you lost Alex Edler midway through. What does that say about him as a player coming off of the last few weeks to be able to play that much and play the way he did for your group tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to just single out one guy, that's for sure. Like you said, Batch, we had a lot of good efforts. Obviously, Mizey played a lot of minutes. Our goalie was fantastic. Holtz that really stepped up. We had a lot of good efforts. So even guys that didn't play a lot, they gave everything they had tonight. And as a coach, that's first and foremost. If you can ask your team to do that it starts there.
We'll go to Ken Campbell with the Hockey News.
Yeah, Travis, very bizarre year and one that I'm sure it has been a bit disappointing at times too. But I'm just wondering what an effort and a result like this does, for the organization, for your players, for your group, and whether or not it, can you expect that this might be a springboard to something that maybe does get you back into the playoff race here?
I don't want to start getting ahead of tonight's win. You would hope that it would give them some belief. But I believe that our group has the belief already. We didn't get off to the start that we wanted this season, and we've played some really strong hockey for a little bit now, and haven't always got the results we wanted. But our group is a competitive group. They love winning, and they're resilient. And you hope that this win can obviously give them some belief in what they can do. But, especially coming off COVID and being off the ice for so long, there's going to be some doubt for sure within your mind. And, a win like this will go a long way to help.
Next up is Ian McIntyre.
What did you notice physiologically about your players tonight, Travis, as far as energy levels and what was happening if the shifts got longer?
I thought they were pretty good. I think early in the game you could see that guys were taking some short shifts just to get themselves into the game. We really talked about it a lot, almost every period, about keeping our shift length short, changing smart, not getting ourselves out there in spots where we had to defend tired. It did happen a few times, and it happens a lot when you're playing Toronto because they're such a strong puck possession team on top of everything. So, we kind of hung tough. We held the middle of the rink when we had to, when we were tired, and found a way to come up with some pucks just to clear them out of our zone. And there were some moments where you could see that some guys were tired.
And I know you've just said that you want to not single out players, but I do want to ask about Braden Holtby because he's had a difficult year and he's had kind of a different experience becoming a backup. What do you think this meant to him and how this might help him going forward?
Yeah, I was happy for Holtz tonight. He's such a good person. He has had a bit of a rough year this year. Probably not the year he's wanted, but we've tried to stand by him and believe in him, and we do. And he was one of the first guys I talked to after the game tonight. I was proud of him tonight, the way he played. To beat a team like Toronto on with how long we've been out, you're going to need a performance from your goalie, and he gave us an all-star Holtby performance tonight.
We'll go now to Ben Kuzma.
In a similar vein, Travis, I know you don't want to single out guys, but let's do it. Let's talk a little bit about your captain. I mean, Bo missed a chance early, and it was a little bit of rust there. You could tell that maybe they wasn't quite in sync, but as the game went on, he got better. And I know that's difficult when the guys talked about how hard it was going to play this game tonight. What about his leadership tonight? Not just scoring. He seemed to drag his line along. That was very good tonight. What about Bo's performance, Travis?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. You know, what are you going to say? 2 goals and assist. You know, you want players to step to the plate, and when your captain is right at the front of the line leading the way, you know, there's a reason why he's wearing a C on his jersey.
Thank you.
Next up is Farhan Lalji.
Travis, final half of the third period, given what you've been through, you know, some teams might have been tired in that moment. It seemed that after that Holtby save, you guys got even some more energy. It wasn't like you guys just kind of nursed it to overtime. It seemed like you might have played some of your best hockey in the final half of the third. Just how pleased were you with that and surprised given the circumstances?
I wasn't surprised. After the second period, we talked to our group. You know, we'd probably taken a 2-1 game going into the third in our building. We wanted to play the quick up game. We wanted to get back to our pressure game. You know, I'm not sitting here saying we created a whole bunch in the third, but you could see we had a little jump in our game. We shortened the bench a little bit and ran some guys a little bit hot, but felt like we needed to. And our group really wanted to win tonight. You could feel it on the bench. It was a special game because you could just tell within our group they were excited to play, and you know, they should feel good about themselves.
Also want to ask you about the Edler hit on Hyman. How did you see it, and are you concerned that there might be some additional discipline coming?
I've kind of watched it. For me, those plays happen. You don't like to see them. Eddie's obviously a hard player. He's not a dirty player. He doesn't try to hurt players ever. And I don't think that was the case there.
All right, and next up here is Thomas Drance.
Travis, excuse me, in full respect of individual privacy, I just wanted to ask you about Newell Brown's absence on your bench today and whether or not there's anything you can tell us about his status.
Nothing other than COVID related.
Mm-hmm. And when you consider what lies ahead for your club in terms of the density of the schedule, how do you work to sustain just performance in general? Are you going to have to manage ice time a little bit differently as the games go forward here, practices and such? Like, how do you sort of react to that, having seen what you did tonight?
100%. We're going to have to manage practice time, manage ice time. I'm constantly watching the minutes during the game. I usually do that anyway, but you know, there's going to be times where you're just going to have to go with it and run some guys a little hot, depending on the game, the temperature, the score of the game. I thought tonight was one of those nights where we had to run a few guys just to get it in. You know, we lost Edler. We had a couple young D on the back end. Obviously, we're missing some forwards too, so we got to pick and choose the minutes that guys play, and we'll continue to do that.